right, now let's do a little digging for old, shall we? Veterans Day style. As we searched through the Oregon Historical Society's online collection, we came across this ribbon from a century ago, 1924. This was for the 43rd annual convention of the Oregon branch of a group called the Grand Army of the Republic. Now, there's a good chance our younger viewers have never heard of that because I'm 62 and I've never heard of it. But the Grand Army of the Republic was basically the main veterans organization that was formed in the wake of the Civil War. It kicked off in 1866, and membership reached its peak in 1890 with over 400,000 veterans. First formed to support those who fought in the Civil War, it quickly turned into a political powerhouse. Think of it as sort of a union that fought for veterans' benefits. The annual state and national meetings were called encampments, and cities all across the country hosted the veterans, including right here in Oregon. The national encampment in 1918, in fact, was held here in Portland. But the state encampments in Oregon had been happening long before that. The first one in Portland in late September of 1882. This is the cover page of nearly 500-page book that was published in 1883 that recounts the first and second encampments of the Oregon branch. The Oregon Historical Society has dozens of items related to the Oregon chapter of the Grand Army of the Republic. And when it comes to the ribbon that we showed you, this one from 1924, that encampment was held in Hillsboro, and more than 300 Union veterans attended. There was a parade and sing-along, and some of the veterans in town had actually literally shaken hands with Abraham Lincoln. The group is no longer around today. The final Grand Army of the Republic encampment was held in Indiana in 1949. The last member of the Oregon branch died the following year, and the last member of the entire organization lived to be 109 years old, dying in 1956. And that's when the Grand Army of the Republic was no more. But there is certainly still a legacy from that group that extends to today. The Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War has a chapter that covers Oregon, Washington, and Alaska. It's called the Department of the Columbia. And if you've ever driven along Boone's Ferry Road in southwest Portland, you may have seen this sign. It's for the Grand Army of the Republic Cemetery, which is near the Greenwood Hills and the Riverview cemeteries. The land was purchased in 1882 by a group of 14 Civil War veterans who called themselves the Grand Army Cemetery Association. A notable person buried there is Salmon Brown. He's the son of famous abolitionist John Brown. The cemetery was acquired by Multnomah County in 1971.